Sup y'all, it's me, your local bibliotech nerd, and this will be a shorter video as we're going to be looking at Detective Comics number 27, all the way from May 1939. So this is a cool little addition for anyone who's collecting DC's graphic novel collection by the company Eagle Moss. They do this thing where at the very back of each graphic novel they put in another story, and it just so happens that for Hush Part 1 it's Detective Comics number 27. So let's get into the a little short summary of the comic book. It's quite a basic storyline, it's nothing too complex. Starts off with a rich chemical baron, I believe, has been murdered, and they suspect it was the son, dun dun dun. But another co-owner of the factory also gets murdered soon after this scene, but Batman is there to apprehend the two thugs as they try to run away with what seems to be some sort of business contract. We also get to see not really the Batmobile. It's more of just a time period car, but I guess that's where the whole idea started. And he also reads the contracts while driving, dangerous driving, gosh. And he somehow figures out the whole plot from that. But of course, as the reader, we have to kind of be left in the dark and wait for finding out the thing next. But after reading that, he goes off and he tries to save the third co-owner of the chemical company, who is being attacked by one of his either employees. I can't remember who it was. But anyway, Batman jumps into the fray and smashes a contraption that was intended to use to kill the other owner. In the end, it turns out that it was actually the fourth co-owner that was like the mastermind, I suppose. Apparently he was broke, or he got the bad end of the deal of the contracts. I'm not entirely sure. There's a bit of slight jargon there, but yeah, he wanted to own the factory and he thought, just kill the other three and I'll be rich, I suppose. In the end though, he is punched over a railing by Batman and falls into an acid bath, which, yeah, he kind of dies from. I suppose it's the not killing sort of Batman, so yeah, it's pretty cool though. And well, in the end, this was quite an interesting read, not in the sense as in it was a gripping or super interesting storyline, but it's kind of a cool look into the past of how they were doing the stories back then, how they structured their stories, and just kind of like there's a lot of more dialogue, I have to say. And when the fight scenes happen, it was kind of humorous, as there's one scene where he literally just rugby tackles him, or I suppose American football tackles, if that's a better term. So it's definitely, pre-martial arts expert that is portrayed normally today. He also kind of kills a few people, to be honest. The guy falling in the acid bath is definitely the best example. And then one of the goons, he somersaults, or no, not somersaults, he just kind of body slams him off a roof, and it looks like when the police arrive that he's kind of just dead on the ground below the building. But in general, it's kind of a cool flash from the past, look in history, I suppose. And it's also interesting how when the guy gets thrown in the acid bath, the different mentality that they give to the characters, that it's fine, who cares if he dies, which probably would have been a slow death. I don't believe it'd be super fast, as you might see in the movies with acid. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be excruciating painful for at least a few 30 seconds, maybe a minute. I still enjoyed it though, definitely piqued my interest. Even the art style, although it's very, very basic, I still think it looks pretty cool. I don't know, it kind of holds up, I suppose. And it just gives that, there's a certain style to it that is kind of missing today, but that's just because of the modern interpretation of style or modern tastes. But all in all, definitely recommend it if you can find a way to see it. I highly doubt you could probably find copies to buy that are original, but maybe there's somewhere you could probably get a replica of some sort. That wraps up this video, and there'll probably be these sort of videos straight after, kind of like the main books that I look at, because they all seem to have these short stories at the very back, so it kind of like will break the video cycle, I suppose, from longer ones to nice little short ones in between. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe, let me know what you think. Are you interested in like looking at old comics? I mean, it's definitely hard to get your hands on, but I'm sure some of you might want to see the original, I don't know, Action Comics one, I suppose, or maybe the first time you see Shazam, or the first Spider-Man. So it'd be cool to find more of these, and see you next time, I suppose.